Wow. That was some class tonight, wasn't it, Student Wimey?
It sure was, Student Bill. I see that you are starting to get the hang of the student oath. Not bad for your third class.
Thank you, Student Wimey. But I am a little confused about something.
What is that, Student Bill?
Just before class starts, Sifu goes over to the altar and does some things. Do you know what he is doing?
Yes. He is doing a blessing before class starts, and then he does one at the end of class.
Do you know what is said in the blessing?
No, Student Bill. I do not. Sifu had told me once before, but I forgot. The blessing is something that the Sifu does, or whoever the highest ranking student is in class that night will do it. The blessing is not done aloud, but it is done in silence. I do know that the blessing is written down in the new student information sheets. Did you not get one?
I do not remember.
Sifu is still inside the Gwon. We can go back inside and ask him to resend it to you in an email.
Great idea, let's go. Ni hao ma Sifu Meadows.
Ni hao Sifu.
Ni hao ma Student Wimey, Student Bill.
Sifu Meadows, Student Bill and I were talking just a little bit ago, and he asked me about the blessing that you do before class starts, and at the end of class. Can you go over that with us? Oh. Could you also resend the email about the blessing to Student Bill?
Sure, that won't be a problem. I can do that shortly.
Sifu, can you go over what is in the blessing, and what you do when you are doing it?
Sure, Student Bill. Before class begins, myself, or, if I am not here, one of the senior students, does the blessing. I walk up towards the altar, and when I am about 2 steps away, I bow. I bow because it is the right thing to do, showing my humility, honor and respect for the altar and the ancestors. We are asking them to bless the class. We are not praying to anyone. We are asking the ancestors for a blessing, and anyone can give a blessing. After all, when someone sneezes, don't most people say, "Bless you"? This is no different.
Sifu, why are the 3 candles and 3 incense sticks on the altar?
The 3 candles represent the past, the present, and the future teachers of Wama Pai Kung Fu. When facing the altar, the candle on the left is that of the ancestors, and it is lit first. The candle in the middle represents the teacher, or teachers, who are running the class that night. This candle is lit second. The candle on the right is for the future instructors of Wama Pai Kung Fu, and it is lit last. Once all 3 candles are lit, I will say silently, "Venerable Masters, we thank you for the wisdom and knowledge that you have passed down throughout the ages. We ask that you help keep us safe, as we strive towards the perfection of your teachings." Then, the incense are lit next. They are there for 2 reasons. The reason dealing with the altar is, when the incense is lit, the smoke rises and carries our wishes to the heavens. When the incense stick is lit, it is done so, on the middle candle. This is when I will say again silently, "May I pass on the knowledge that I have learned, to our students, so that they can guide others to enlightenment." Then I will bow, and take 2 steps backwards, before turning around. Once this is done, I will call the class together to bow in and start the class.
Wow, Sifu, that seems like a lot of formality.
Student Bill, it is a lot of formality. However, it is through this formality that we get a deeper understanding of respect and humility. And it is this reverence that most people lack in today's society.
Sifu, what is done after we bow out of class with the candles and the altar?
When class is over, I go back to the altar, and about 2 feet away I bow. Then before I extinguish the candles, there is something else that is said silently. "Honorable sirs, again, we thank you, and may we all find peace by following the way." After I say that, I extinguish the student candle, followed by the current teacher candle, and then the ancestors candle. Then I bow and take 2 steps back, before turning around. And there you have it. That's what is done when we do the blessing.
Thank you, Sifu.
Yes, thank you, Sifu.
You are both welcome. Now, is there anything else I can help you with?
No, sir. I believe that answered my questions.
Well, Student Bill, I will also get the blessing email to you shortly.
Thank you, Sifu.
Well, Sifu Meadows, I hope you have a good night. Come on, Student Bill. Let's head on out of here.
Good night, Sifu.
Good night, students. And remember, when you practice, make your stances lower.